Welcome to the Wet at Work podcast. You're with the host, Julia Lahey. Today I'm joined by the fantastic Tracy Pleschourt and Hannah Chapman. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hello.
All right, let's get the music on. We're going to play Jeopardy. Hannah is going to start things off. The categories are the sea around us, weird words, what's next, architecture, comedians in movies, and missing links.
Let's go with architecture for 100.
Architecture for 100. The caldarium, the tepidarium, and the frigarium were chambers in these where olden Romans refreshed themselves.
What are bathhouses?
Let's take a look. Baths is perfectly acceptable in my opinion. Well done. Hannah, what would you like?
Let's go with architecture for 200.
Architecture for 200. Virginia's Shirley plantation has a hanging one of these that climbs 3 stories without any visible means of support. Virginia's Shirley plantation has a hanging one of these. 10 seconds left, Hannah. Do you want to have a guess, Tracy?
What is a ladder?
A staircase. Okay, well, you're still in control, Hannah.
Let's go with architecture for 300.
Architecture for 300. The 6 Corinthian columns of the New York Stock Exchange facade are among the reasons the building is considered a masterpiece of this architectural style that drew inspiration from Greek and Roman models.
What is neoclassical?
Neoclassical for 300. Hannah, well done. That's correct. There must be a reason you chose architecture.
We're gonna do the whole column first. So architecture for 400.
Architecture for 400. This type of window that opens by means of a crank rhymes with the lower story of a building.
Type of window, I think. Encasement? What is an encasement?
I see. Basement encasement. Well done. A casement. I think that was correct. There might have been an N there, which we'll ignore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still in control, Hannah Chapman.
Okay, let's go with architecture for 500.
After World War I, he became director of the Grand Ducal Art School in Weimar. In 1925, he moved to the School of Dessau. Famous architect around World War I, director of the Grand Ducal Art School in Weimar. So this sounds like Germany or Poland. Dessau, is that Poland? I'm not sure. Famous European architects. Who did the Art Deco stuff around about in the 20s?
That's what I'm trying to think of. The name's not coming to me. I don't know.
No, it's not coming to me either. Do you have any idea, Tracy?
I have no idea.
Let's take a look. Walter Gropius.
Wouldn't have gotten that one.
No. All right, well, you are still in control. That was your first incorrect answer, but you have one more attempt.
Okay, let's try weird words for 100.
Weird words for 100. Nomophobia is what?
Fear of the word no.
It's kind of I'll give you a clue. It's kind of a modern thing that's a bit made up. And it's about being without something that people are very attached to.
A fear of not having your phone with you.
Let's take a look. That is correct. I laid on the clues a bit thick, but that's fine. I'll do the same for Tracy. What would you like? Sorry. Yes, Hannah's still in control.
Oh, sorry.
Let's move over to missing links for 100.
Missing links for 100. Okay, and I've got to remember this category. Guilt by, so it needs to make sense going that way and also before the word football. Guilt by something football.
What is association?
association is correct. Well done, Hannah. You're on fire. Don't worry, Tracy. You have plenty of opportunities to come back. What would you like?
If I know the answer, am I supposed to say it?
You just jump all over it. Yeah. You're being
then I would know all of the architecture ones. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, jump in if you know it. Let's see. So missing links for 200.
A good something havoc.
Oh.
A good something
wreck?
havoc. Tracy, you want to have a guess?
Causing?
Well, do you want to just shorten that a bit?
Cause?
Oh! Well,
Cry.
cause would have worked. It's cry. I don't think I've heard of cry havoc. Have you?
No. Nope, never heard of
Yeah,
that.
brilliant.
I'm gonna give you points for that one because your one made more sense than the actual answer. All right, Tracy, you're in control.
All right, let's do weird words for 500.
Weird words for 500. Catch up. Want to open your veuve clicquot with style. Veuve clicquot with style. Try sabrage where you use one of these. Want to open your veuve clicquot, which is some sort of bottle of wine or champagne, with style. Try sabrage where you use one of these. Something to open a bottle of plonk. Do you say plonk in America? A bottle of wine. Something weird with a weird sounding word. Sabrage. And you use one of these to open a bottle.
What is a shoe?
Let's have a look. A sword. Wow, that would be pretty flash. I might try that at Christmas. You're still in control, Tracy.
Okay, weird words for 400.
Weird words for 400. Seen in rodeos. Estrapade is a horse's attempt to remove this. Sounds Spanish. Seen in rodeos. Estrapade is a horse's attempt to remove this. What do they want to remove?
A saddle?
What is a rider?
Let's take a look. The rider. I think Hannah might know a bit of Spanish. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that was Spanish.
Hannah, you're in
I
control.
did take Spanish in high school.
Oh, there you go.
Well, let's
Poquito.
go with weird words for 300 then.
Weird words for 300. A cruciverbalist is someone who engages in this endeavor. Cruciverbalist.
Someone who searches for crucifixes.
Interesting. Do you want to have a turn? Tracy, have a guess? A cruciverbalist.
Somebody who tells stories?
Do you know what I think it is? I'm going to give you a clue. I think it's somebody who's into a type of kind of game, like maybe a granny would play it. They'd pick it up from the news agency. What do you call them? News agencies?
Oh, someone who does crosswords.
That's what I think. Because crucis cross verbs as word.
Mm-hmm.
Crosswords is correct.
Ah.
Well done. All right, I might stop giving clues. You're in control, Hannah.
Okay, weird words for 200.
Weird words for 200. If you're experiencing lalokesia, what are you doing?
These ones are crazy.
They're a bit weird.
Yeah.
Lalokesia, that sounds very Italian. If you're experiencing lalokesia, what are you doing?
Being lazy?
Or laughing.
Let's take... Oh, we've got 6 seconds left. We've got laughing or lazy. Cursing to relieve stress. Oh, I do that quite often. All right. I think you're still in control, Hannah.
Let's go to missing links for 300.
Missing links for 300. Mobile something economics.
Home. What is home?
Mobile home, home economics. Sounds good. Correct, Hannah. Well done. What would you like?
Missing links for 400.
Missing links for 400. Curry something keg. Jump in at any time, Tracy.
I can think of his beer. What is beer?
Curry beer?
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, or full.
In what?
That's what I'm thinking.
What versions does curry come in when you buy it at the store?
Sauce.
Yes.
Paste.
Yeah. A little more dry.
Curry powder. What is powder?
Powder. Curry powder and powder keg. That makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Powder keg. Yeah.
Okay.
Not a beer keg.
Hannah, what would you like?
All right. Missing links for 500. Sticking with it.
Links for 500. Near something, South Dakota pageant. I just got it. Near something, South Dakota pageant. What do we call the winner of the South Dakota pageant?
The princess? The queen?
When somebody wins a beauty competition, they're usually crowned
The winner? Crowned.
What happens if somebody shoots you, but they don't quite hit you? It's a
Near miss.
Near miss. And Miss South Dakota pageant.
Right, Miss Universe, Miss South Dakota. Got it.
Okay. I was going to call you Dakota. Hannah, you are still in control.
Let's go to comedians in movies for 100.
Comedians in movies. This Monty Python stalwart went the full Monty in a fish called Wanda. Very funny movie.
I can see his face.
It's not the one that shares your surname.
Right.
He's the one that's kind of always stressed out.
I can't think of his name.
Tracy?
I know. My husband loves Monty Python, so he would be so disappointed in me.
Right? I've seen so much.
Have you seen the other sitcom that was...
Cleese. Who is John Cleese?
Correct. Well done.
Oh, got it. Finally. I see his face.
I watched that just recently. It was very, very funny. Hannah, you're still in control.
Comedians in movies for 200.
Comedians in movies for 200. In Get Him to the Greek, this Brit took a trip in the buff in a toy car. So he was naked in a toy car in the movie Get Him to the Greek. He's kind of an insufferable English git. Sorry.
Who is...
I think he's just been cancelled for being a bit of a perv.
Russell Brand.
Let's take a look.
Who's Russell Brand?
That's correct. Hannah, you are still in control. What would you like?
Let's do comedians in movies for 300.
Comedians in movies for 300. Borat, played by this British comic, had a naked tussle with his portly Kazakh TV producer.
Who is Sacha Baron Cohen?
Sacha Baron Cohen is
Know that one.
Just don't watch that one with the kids. That's my tip.
No.
Even if they're teenagers, just get out of there. All right. What would you like, Hannah?
Comedians in movies for 400.
Comedians in movies 400. Jason Segel's real-life split was the basis of his naked breakup with this... Why is everyone naked in this category? Jason Segel's real-life split was the basis of his naked breakup with this 2008 title movie gal.
Catherine. Who is Catherine Heigl?
Oh. Sarah Marshall.
Oh, Sarah Marshall. Yeah, leaving Sarah Marshall.
Oh, that's what it was called. Yes. All right. You're still in control, Hannah.
Comedians and movies for 500.
Kim Jong bared all as crime lord Mr. Chow in this 2009 Vegas comedy.
What is The Hangover?
Oh, Tracy.
Yep.
From downtown. That's correct.
That's right.
That's 500 points. Well done, Tracy. And you've seized control, and we're going to see a big run from Tracy here. What would you like? Pressure's on.
Well, come back strong. What's next for 500?
What's next? Apollo missions that landed on the moon. 11, 12. This.
13. What is 13?
Don't be shy. Oh, trick question. So there was no... Oh, they must have skipped 13 because it was bad luck. I don't know.
No, 13 was the one that didn't make it. Remember Tom Hanks?
Oh, of course, Apollo 13. So that's the one that... Is that the one that just exploded in the sky? Or no, that one landed in the ocean.
That was the Challenger.
Oh, the Challenger. Okay. Well, you're still in control, Tracy. That's good.
Oh, that was 100. Okay, so let's do what's next for 500.
Go big or go home. Geologic time errors. Paleozoic, Mesozoic. What's next? Something zoic. Paleozoic, Mesozoic. Ooh.
What is Cenozoic?
Cenozoic. The only other one I've heard of is maybe Protozoic. Let's take a look. Cenozoic is correct. Well done, Hannah. That's incredible. You must have paid attention in biology. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, not that. I didn't like biology.
I didn't. In year 10, I got an A, even though I was terrible, and I still to this day don't know how, because I didn't get an A the next year. All right, never mind. Continuing on, Hannah, what would you like?
What's next for 400?
What's next for 400? States alphabetically: New Mexico, New York. This.
New Jersey.
Oh, Tracy. North Carolina.
Oh,
hang on a minute.
I was doing the song. I didn't get to the ends yet.
That doesn't make sense though, because E comes before O.
Yeah.
What was the one before that was
Mexico? HIJK, because New Jersey comes before New Mexico. New Jersey,
so
New Mexico,
this is correct.
New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon.
Yeah.
The whole song.
Okay. Now, who's in control? I've completely lost the plot. I think...
Still me?
Hannah.
Yeah. Okay, Hannah.
What's next for 300?
What's next for 300? White House State Dinner, May 7, 2007. Soup, fish, meat, this course.
Soup, fish, then meat, then...
Which course?
What is dessert?
It's gotta be. Salad.
Salad.
Oh.
Salad comes after. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Got to change that. I wonder if they still had salad when Trump was president. Probably not. I think, is Tracy up now?
No,
sure.
I think.
Oh, Hannah's
Okay.
still. Hannah, who is?
We're 200. Oh, go ahead.
All right. What's next for 200?
What's next for 200 on the periodic table? Carbon, nitrogen, this.
What is helium? Oh, that's not right.
What is oxygen?
Let's take a look. Oxygen. Well done, Tracy. 200 points. And you've injected some oxygen into your game with that answer. You're in control.
Oh, well, let's go for the sea around U.S. for 500.
The sea around... It might be us, I think, Tracy.
Oh, around us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was that 300?
Sure, 300.
Okay. It's hard to visit, but this deepest trench in the Pacific Ocean was designated a U.S. national monument. Maybe it is around the U.S. It's hard to visit, but this deepest trench in the Pacific was designated a U.S. national monument. There's only one trench. Yeah.
Mariana's Trench.
That's the only trench that I can think of.
That's one I know.
It's the only one. The Mariana is correct. Hannah, you're in control.
Let's do the sea around us for 500.
Sea around us for 500. This is a measure of certain minerals in the water for the deep waters of the Dead Sea. It's about 332 parts per thousand.
It's a measure of certain minerals.
And the Dead Sea is full of it.
What is salinity?
Oh, that sounds good to me. Salinity is correct. Well done, Hannah. Hannah, you should go on the real Jeopardy. You're
oh God,
getting so many questions correct. All right.
See around us for 400.
See around us for 400. Practice. The Gulf of Volos or Pagasai, anciently called Sinus Pagaseus, is an arm of this sea. The Gulf of Volos or Pagasai, anciently called Sinus Pagaseus, is an arm of this sea. I think sinus could be a clue there.
Yeah, what's the Mediterranean?
Do you want to have a guess, Tracy?
Oh. I think I've got it, actually.
I don't know.
I don't know if I can change my answer, though.
Yes, I think you can.
What's the Aegean?
Oh, well done.
Got it.
I was going to say the South China Sea because sinus, you know how they had Sinai means Chinese. I think it does. Well done. You're on 5,100, Hannah, and you're going to possibly win this and qualify for the Champions Round, and I think you'll do very well in the Champions Round. But which would you like? We've got the sea around us for 100 or 200 left.
Let's go with 200. 200.
A section of beach water known as the Backpackers Express carries unwary tourists out to sea. It's one of these currents, similar to an undertow, that draws water away from shore.
Similar to an undertow.
What is a tide?
That's half of it. There was an 80s cop show with the same name.
What is a riptide?
Riptide sounds correct. Rip current. All right.
Rip current. I don't know.
I'll give you 100 each. Okay, last one. Finish it off.
Clue.
Yep. The song "This Land Is Your Land" mentions these waters a warm ocean current flowing into the North Atlantic. Warm ocean current
flowing into the North Atlantic.
So where's that? Is that up the top of
New York-ish?
Yeah, Canada.
The Hudson. What is the Hudson River? Oh, a warm ocean.
Warm ocean current. I don't really know any currents.
I don't know the name of any specific currents.
The Gulf Stream waters. Interesting. And the winner is Hannah Chapman. Well done, Hannah. Sorry, I made you a potato. All right, let's wrap things up. I'll just turn the music off, which you can't hear anyway. And let's talk to Hannah. Tell us a bit about what you're up to, Hannah.
Yeah, so I am a wealth advisor and a prosperity coach. I own X Squared Wealth Planning and Expansive CEO, where I help visionary entrepreneurs learn how to save wisely, spend joyfully, and support the causes that really matter to their hearts generously. So we do that through lots of different areas, but mainly through comprehensive financial planning and prosperity coaching.
And how do you work with clients that's maybe different to other CFPs? Are you a CFP? Is that what you are? Yes.
I am. I'm a certified financial planner, and I work differently than most other financial advisors by really taking into the emotional side of money along with the practical and logical side as well. So we have to understand the basics. We have to understand like the data of where you are, but how you feel about that data, the emotions that come up when you actually go to make those financial changes are just as important, if not more important, that we actually address and move through the emotions and feelings around money as we deal with the practical as well.
Is that what you mean by human design?
Human design is another aspect that I go through with my clients. Your human design is based on your date of birth and where you were born. So there is an astrological component to it, but it really is a blueprint of many different systems brought together to show who you are uniquely as a person. And we take that into account as well as we're doing, the logical, the practical, bringing in the spiritual and the emotional.
And who do you mostly work with? What types of clients?
Mostly business owners who are service-based businesses. So I have a lot of clients who are fractional C-suite, so fractional marketing officers, fractional technology, fractional CFOs even, lawyers, accountants, coaches, all kinds of different service-based businesses that work human to human mostly.
And what is it that most people, if you could say, what are 3 things that most people are doing wrong or need help with?
Most people that I work with, so working specifically with business owners, almost all of my clients, whether they're making, $200,000 in revenue or $1 million in revenue or more, most of my clients have come to me having issues with being able to pay themselves on a consistent, regular basis. So there tends to be a fear around being able to pay yourself the amount that you actually need to support your family, support your goals, and have your business thriving. And so a lot of the work that I've done with many clients is to understand how much you can pay yourself, how much you should pay yourself, and then to start doing that on a consistent basis so you can fund your goals. The other aspect I see is either hiding cash away from yourself, hiding it in many, many different places, so that you always feel like you're strapped for cash, even though you actually have a great, little cushion. It's just all spread around. So actually taking account of everything that's there and putting it in places where you can easily see where your money is and have the appropriate bucketing systems for it is another big thing that I work with my clients on.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting things under control. It's like when you go, whatever it is in your life, maybe it's you need to see a physical trainer, but when you've got it all mapped out, you just feel so much better. And there's a lot of businesses, they start as one person and they don't really have any process, and there's just kind of a bit of chaos. And I think it's beneficial to get somebody in there just to sort of restore a bit of order, and then you know exactly where you stand. And what happens if somebody wants to have a chat to you? Your website's x2wealthplanning.com. And what do people have a 30-minute call or an hour call with you usually?
The intro call is a 25-minute call, so that's right there on the website. You can see there's a button there to book that free 25-minute call, just to see if we, if we're a good fit to keep talking. If I feel that I can provide value and support to a person, and if I'm not the right fit or if it's not the right time, I will be the first one to say so. And if we decide in that free intro call that it would feel good to move forward and actually have a full exploration call, then we would do a 1-hour deeper dive, still completely free, but we'll actually go through a little bit of discovery to find out more deeply where you're at in your business.
Wonderful. And I'll put on Hannah's social media stuff as well if you want to follow her. What's the best one? What are you most active on?
I am most active on Facebook, but Facebook and Instagram both. And I also have a podcast, the Expansive CEO podcast, where we answer listener and client questions on the air every Friday about financial planning and investment topics, as well as talking through different self-improvement and growth strategies for entrepreneurs as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll put the podcast link on there because I think that's a great way for people to get to know what you're all about. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Hannah Chapman, and well played.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Let's talk to Tracy Pleschourt. Tracy, tell us about Self-Made You. What's that all about?
Yeah, so we are a school that essentially helps people think differently about themselves, about the problems that they're trying to overcome, and the goals that they're trying to achieve. We believe that, our formal education system has done a very good job of teaching us what to think. Well, at least it did a really good job of teaching Hannah. I don't know if it taught me what to think as a result of this, as an example of this Jeopardy game, but we learn what to think. We learn a lot of facts. We are tested on those facts and our ability to memorize, but we're not taught how to think, what the process is to be able to solve our own problems, or to be able to, achieve certain goals. So I have two college graduates, who I've taught them a method to use to think differently, and none of that was taught to them in their formal educational system. So we use a framework. We typically help people that are really focused on either health and wellness goals, or problems like overeating, overdrinking, and we have a framework that we teach them to use, and then to go on and apply it in unlimited amount of ways. So the framework uses the acronym SELF, SELF, and it really starts with deciding what it is that you want, why you want it. That's very important. Most people don't slow down enough to actually make that decision. Then we eliminate the self-sabotage, and you learn what the narratives are that you most often listen to that really start to stunt your growth or gets in the way of you achieving what it is that you want. Probably the most common is the judge narrative, where you're either judging yourself quite harshly or judging other people, judging circumstances. A lot of my clients have an overachiever type narrative that they listen to that really has them either dealing with perfectionistic tendencies or procrastination. So we eliminate that self-sabotage. We have an assessment that we offer that brings to light which narratives you most often hear and unfortunately react to. And then we leverage strengths that are afforded to you when you are using the part of your brain that has you being more responsive and less reactive. So there's a little bit of neuroscience in our curriculum. And then finally, the fourth step is finishing with a decision. And we use this compounded effect of very small decisions that are so easy, they're almost hard not to do. So we take our clients through that process, regardless of what it is that they're trying to achieve. This framework works for it all.
Awesome. And you talk about there being a difference between pain and suffering. Do you want to tell us what that is?
Yeah, well, so suffering, I believe, is unnecessary. It's, pain often teaches us something, but this pain that is repeated tends to turn into suffering and tends to be unnecessary. So when you're operating from what I call your primitive brain, you would make pain mean that there's something wrong with you. And if you learn to think of pain or, the lessons as just that, as a lesson, there's something to be learned from it, you will eliminate that unnecessary suffering that keeps you trapped, keeps you feeling stuck. So, it really starts with teaching people the difference between pain and suffering. The pain can actually be used to your advantage. You can actually leverage it. Whereas suffering is where you're making it mean something about yourself and you're unable to move forward.
I see. And when you are able to move forward and make a decision, you talk about there being an unexpected value of making a decision. What's that, Tracy?
Yeah, so that's that typically results in a feeling of self-control. So many of my clients will come expressing this feeling or this way of living that feels out of control, especially the people who are struggling with weight loss. They feel like they're almost eating against their own will, and they don't know why. And so we teach them that neuroscience and the framework that they can use that really brings forward a feeling of control. So that's it. It's applicable, again, in any challenge or any goal that our clients have. So I like to look at like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where, the foundational needs that people really want to meet are safety needs. And so that is going to look like health and wellness needs. You're going to kind of move up that hierarchy into more maybe money safety type needs. And then as you meet those needs and you're feeling more in control, a lot of our clients then get more aspirational, and they move on to trying to achieve things, or maybe making an impact or becoming more recognized. And so we have programming that really fits all of those needs, all the way up to that self-actualization, which often looks like making an impact in other people's lives. And for me, that looks like coaching. And so we also offer programming to become a coach, to learn the core competencies of coaching. And we have a program, a 6-month program that certifies people in becoming a coach. And they have a practicum along with a capstone project where they create programming in an area that's very meaningful to them, so that they can achieve that self-actualization.
Wonderful. And if people want to have a chat to you, your website is self.madeyou.com. That's in the show notes. And what social media are you on mostly?
It's self-made and then the letter u.com. And that's probably the best place to go, is our website. You can take the saboteur assessment. You can connect with us on all of the different social media channels from there. But we have a lot of free resources at the website, including 2 podcasts that you might find interesting. I host a podcast with my daughter called Tracy and Gracie Becoming, and she brings the 22-year-old perspective, and I bring the 51-year-old perspective to all things life, love, and legacy.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll put your podcast in there as well. It's a great idea. Thanks very much, Hannah Chapman and Tracy Pleschourt.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thanks very much, everyone. I'm going to wrap things up. See you next time.